Hey, I picked up a thing. A super ancient case. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty beat up and banged up, and the handle is some sort of like leather with like cardboard or something inside. I don't know, it's like all falling apart. It's like all dust and crumbling. But let's take a peek inside. I of course already know, because you know, I bought it. But, are you ready? It's like some sort of thing. Huh. Like a weird 12-string instrument type thing. So I'm going to take it out. Alrighty. Now, I do not know what it is, but it is, I want to say beat up, but it seems more like it's well used. It has some kind of things done with it. This here, like a weird little hook thing that they would put a strap onto, and then another one here, totally like a homemade deal. I don't know why the back and sides are completely covered in like some sort of like paper tape. I don't know. And then it looks like it was then finished on the top like a homemade job, and it all dribbled down the sides. The tailpiece and the bridge are a pretty wacky little deal, and it's just a weird little thing. I'm guessing that there's no truss rod. I can't see where it would be. The nut looks like it's a really like rudimentary, almost homemade, just like piece of brass with notches cut into it. The frets are, again, it looks like the same, just pieces of brass, like somebody had like a plate of brass or something that they cut, because the tangs on the frets are the thickness of the top of the frets. So they're just a little, like a very long, thin rectangle pounded in. It's pretty wacky. The tuners are pretty mismatched. Yeah. There's minimally 3 different types of tuners. 4 maybe. It's hard to tell because like it looks like not really any more than 2 actually look like they match. But some of them are close. But they're like friction pegs like on a violin. And it's, I mean, as you can see, it's like the strings are all just like random hanging there. Looking at this though, it looks like there's 6 end pins. It looks like the string wraps around the pin, goes underneath the bridge, and goes up to the top to a tuning peg. And it looks like, well, it definitely is, because I can tell from notches, the nut has the notches, and it's 2, 2, 2, then 3, and then 3 on the bass side. Or I'm guessing it's the bass side. I don't even know how it's tuned or what. And the fretboard is flat. The neck is a big chunk a pretty hard V shape with, I don't know if you can see that, like knots in it. So it really wasn't a choice piece of lumber. I don't know. It's weird and it's interesting, and I bought it. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do with it. But it's definitely a weird little weird. So I don't know what this is, but along with the 40 other projects that I've started or dreamt up or thought about or whatever, I'm going to see what I can do about this puppy. Oh, and also the weird thing. Another weird thing. There's a lot of weird things. I don't want to say the weird thing. A lot of weird things. In the place it right there. In the case, there is this from like a the collar on a dress shirt, and it looks like it's kind of worn at the end. I don't know if this was used as some sort of a pick. Kind of weird. And bell brand, Portuguese or banjo, 5th wound on silk. So this could give me a clue, if I research, as to how old this thing is. Because this has like New Brunswick, New Jersey, National Musical String Company, London, Sydney, Johannesburg, things like that. And it has these spools of wire. And some of them are like big, huge spools full with wire. I'm guessing that this is what was used for the strings for it. And there's a few other like replacement pegs. So if you look at the pegs, like I'm guessing this, if you can kind of see it, I'm guessing this was probably machine made or something. This one, on the other hand, looks somewhat handmade. Yeah, it's getting all blurry. But I mean, it's all like weird shaped and warped, and but like all carved that way. It's weird. So if anybody knows what instrument this is and can clue me towards something as to how to kind of string it up and get it all back into action and all of that stuff, then that, I'm closing up the case, I should put it back in. That would be awesome. That would be really cool. So let me know.